Share with us just for a couple of minutes some of the personal challenges you've had along your amazing journey, and how have you dealt with them as a woman?
Well, I think it's a harder road for women in politics than men, and part of it, again, is access to money. Being in a kind of career where you make a lot of money, or your colleagues make a lot of money, and your friends and colleagues can support you. Part of it is, I think, and it's the way in which we raise our girls. We raise boys. We encourage boys to take risks. We don't necessarily encourage our daughters to take risks. We're more careful and protective, maybe, of them. But surely, if you're going to run for political office, you have to be willing to take risks and risk failure. I ran for office in 1983 and I lost. I ran for alderman. I ran for alderman in 1987 and I lost. I won in 1991 by 109 votes out of more than 11,000 cast. So it was a very narrow victory. I've done a lot better since, thank God. But
that's for sure.
But being a teacher made it harder to raise money because I didn't have wealthy friends. Being a woman just means you're not taken generally as seriously as men, not thought to be as competent. And actually, when I first ran, people would say to me, "Oh, you're just a teacher." And I thought, hey, wait a minute. Being a teacher is a great profession. But anyway, it's also true that women, I think, find it harder to raise money because we're used to asking things for other people, but not necessarily for ourselves. So many women are, in the PTA, or they work to support their local park or whatever, and so they're used to asking people for help in those kind of endeavors, but it's another thing to go out and say, hey, I need your support because I'm running for office. So I think there are a constellation of factors that make it more difficult for women in public life than men. And also, once you get in the position, you have to make it quite clear that you're not going to take any stuff from anybody. And that's sometimes easier for men than women. I used to joke that when I was alderman, there were days when I would have to get on the phone and curse people out. Not so much because I could stop them from what they were doing at the moment, but because I wanted them to think twice about it next time. And that's the kind of thing that's required of you in leadership sometimes, and it's not something women are always comfortable with.